Hello, my name is Dr. Michael Eric Staggers, and I am the eighth grade teacher here at Park Middle School of United States History. You know, I've been asked many times by my students, Dr. Staggers, how long have you been teaching? And I love to give the same answer every time I hear that question. I simply tell my students, longer than you've been on the planet Earth. When I give that answer, I share that answer with my students for the first reason because I want them to understand that I'm not a newbie, or in the spirit of the name of my favorite group, I'm not a new kid on the block when it comes to teaching. I've been in the classroom teaching students for over 40 years. And so I definitely know what I expect and don't expect from my students. And I also like to share with my students that I've been teaching so long that I've seen every game, every kind of trip a student would try to plan a teacher. Some of them I wrote myself because I've been in the classroom that long. But I also tell the students that answer because I want them to understand that I've been teaching so long that I have very high expectations of my students, both behaviorally and academically. In other words, I want them to understand that because I have high expectations of them, by the end of the year, as they go through my history class, by the end of the year, I want them to achieve what I call excellence. Excellence in their behavior and excellent in their understanding of history academically. So what I thought I would do today, since I'm meeting the parents and this is our back to school night, I thought I would just share the three main subject areas or focus areas that we cover in the United States history class this year. In other words, we're going to look at the three focus areas of how I'm going to assess your students this year so that they can get their grades. The first focus area is very simple. This is a United States history class and content. Therefore, I'm going to be teaching and presenting to the students United States history. My history class starts with the arrival of Native Americans to the Americas from Asia during the last ice age, which took place about 35,000 years ago. And then we move through the coming of Native Americans all the way up to 1917 AD, during US history, a period of time known as the Progressive Era. So from the last ice age up to 1917. And you can see that in this class, we cover a lot of history. And that's one of the reasons why I mentioned the word excellence, because to really be successful in this class, you're going to have to be exposed to, master, and be able to retain a lot of history over a lot of years. So the first focus area is simply US history class. We go over US history content. The second focus area is what is called study skills. I mean, I can teach students all the content of history that I want, but if they don't know how to take notes, if they don't know how to take tests, and they don't know how to organize their academic information, then that really can be a hindrance for student success and good outcomes for these students this year in my class. So the second focus area that I focus in on for my students is study skills. And in this class, under study skills, I'm going to first teach your student how to take notes. And I'm going to teach them a note-taking method called Cornell notes, or also known as question and answer notes, also known as Q&A notes. And I guarantee it, if they learn how to do the Cornell thing, take good Cornell notes. Cornell notes is one of the greatest, most powerful note-taking strategies, as a history teacher would say, known to man or known to my class. So note-taking is some of the study skills using Cornell notes that I will give to your students this year. Also, it's very important that students know how to take, or that students need to know how to take tests. I mean, you can know content, but if you freeze up and you don't have a strategy when you enter into test taking, then again, that can hinder student success. So one of the areas of study skills that I focus on besides note-taking is test-taking, giving students a strategy how to take multiple choice tests, as well as how to take an essay test. So test-taking, note-taking as part of study skills. And then under study skills, I also look at what's called organization. I'm going to have the students prepare a portfolio and what I call a class notebook. So they're going to have to learn how to organize the tests, the notes, all of the handouts, and all the information I'm going to give them this year. Because if you don't know how to organize all the years of history that we're going to cover, again, a student will not be very successful this year. So study skills, note-taking, test-taking, and organization through a class notebook fall under the second focus area in my class. The third focus area is simply current events. Yes, I'm a U.S. history teacher. I teach the past of the United States. However, what good is it for a student just to know the past of the United States and they're not aware of its present? What is going on with the country in locally, statewide, nationwide, and even worldwide? I think it's very important that students be up to date and aware of what's happening to their country in this present time. So at least once a week, I'm going to be covering, as part of the content area, we're going to be looking at current events as it affects this nation, the United States. Well, that's really what I want to cover tonight, just to kind of give you an idea of the three major focus areas that I'm going to cover in this class. And I have to say to all the parents and to my new students, to the parents, thank you for allowing me this year to be the teacher of your student. I mean, it's an honor and I take this seriously. And especially, I just take it seriously because it's so good to see human beings and be able to teach your student in person and not simply online. And so if you need to contact me, if you have any further questions about myself, how the class is designed, grading issues, just contact me at Park Middle School through my school email. You can also reach me at 403, that's my room number, my classroom, and you can get in contact me through the school in my room at Park Middle School. Thank you so much, and let's have a prosperous, blessed, and wonderful year. Thank you.